Hi, Luigi. Hi, Mama Luigi. Hi. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Pixel Wayne. Hello, Cat. Hello, Harlan. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Valenti Videos broadcast. I am your perfect and humble leader, Chris Valenti. We got a lot to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like Elon Musk has quit Doge. He's gone. He quit. He's donezo. Gonzo Alonzo. We've got an article from the Washington Post here. Everybody's covering this. But Elon is officially Gonzo Alonzo. Finally, finally he's got his billionaire grubby little paws out of the government. Problem is, he already did everything he wanted to do. He already got everybody's fucking intel. He got our data. He sold it to the Russians. He sold it to the Chinese. This motherfucker, he won.
This motherfucker won. He fucking won. This motherfucker fucking won.
Unbelievable. He quit the department that he didn't run. Yeah, I know. I know. They just gaslight the ever-loving fuck out of us. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, but it was like a couple of months back. He came out and was like, well, actually, technically, I'm not in charge of Doge. Okay, then what the fuck are you doing in my government? Huh? Yeah, he gutted the agencies that were investigating him. You know, like the fucking FAA was investigating SpaceX because of all those blown up rockets. Gutted. The Department of Transportation was investigating Tesla because of these self-driving cyber cabs. Gutted. The SEC was investigating Neuralink. Gutted. I mean, fucking, you name one of his companies, and he gutted one of the government institutions that was investigating him. This is just like what he does. That's his fucking thing. It's his whole shtick. That was the whole shtick of Doge, you know? It's ridiculous. Did you see the reporter asking Trump about Taco? I did. Let me pull up that clip. That was a really good clip. Oh, he just cut out for me. Am I lag or is he? I believe it's you. A reporter asks Trump about Taco. Yeah, this is funny.
Mr. President, Wall Street analysts have coined a new term called the taco trade. They're saying Trump always chickens out on your... Mr. President, Wall Street analysts have coined a new term called the taco trade. They're saying Trump always chickens out on your tariff threats, and that's why markets are higher this week. What's your response to that?
I kick out?
Chicken out.
Oh, isn't that nice? Chicken out. I've never heard that. You mean because I
he does not like that one. I never seen Trump react to something like that before. Because here's the thing. Trump always like comes up with nicknames for other people. He's always, you know, he's always making fun. What's up, Jack? He's always making fun of people. I don't think he's used to shit like this, like the inverse.
Markets are higher this week. What's your response to that?
I kick out?
Chicken out.
Oh, isn't that nice? Chicken out. I've never heard that. You mean because I reduced China from 145% that I set down to 100 and then down to another number? And I said you have to open up your whole country. And because I gave the European Union a 50% tax tariff, and they called up and they said, please, let's meet right now. Please, let's meet right now.
What?
And I said, okay, I'll give you till Janine. I actually asked them, I
Janine?
said, what's the date? Because they weren't willing to meet. And after I did what I did, they said, we'll meet anytime you want. And we have an end date of July 9th. You call that chickening out? Because we have...
Yeah, I do. I do call that chickening out, brother. Brother, do you not remember the chart you held up? Yeah, I call that chickening out. Do you not remember the chart you held up? You remember when you were like, we're putting 145% tariff on China? Fucking, you put a fucking tariff on like the Aleutian Islands, you stupid bastard. Yeah, that's chicken. Because now you're pulling back because you realize, oh, fuck, I'm going to turn my own people against me because I'm going to increase the price of fucking everything? Yeah. Yeah.
$14 trillion now invested, committed to investing when Biden didn't have practically anything. Biden This country was dying. You know, we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. I went to Saudi Arabia.
it's
The
the
king
hottest.
told me. He said, "You got the hottest. We have the hottest country in the world right now." 6 months ago, this country was stone cold dead. We had a dead country. We had a country people didn't think it was going to survive. And you ask a nasty question like that. It's called negotiation. You set a number, and if you go down, you know, if I set a number at a ridiculous high number, and I go down a little bit, you know, a little bit. They want me to hold that number.
Wait. Say that
Put a
again,
number
Donnie.
at a ridiculous high number, survive, and you ask a nasty question like that. It's called negotiation. You set a number, and if you go down, you know, if I set a number at a ridiculous high number, and I go down.
He just called his own tariff plan ridiculous. Do you understand that, bro? He dead ass just said it's ridiculous. He's like, yeah, I know it's ridiculous. He just said that. He just said that, bro. That's what he said.
A little bit, you know, a little bit. They want me to hold that number, 145% tariff. Even I said, man, that really got up. You know how it got? Because of fentanyl and many other things. And you added up-
bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? You are making all of you fucking MAGA idiots who supported his tariffs, he's calling you stupid. He is calling you stupid. I'm not calling you stupid. I'm also calling you stupid, but he's calling you stupid. Wait.
Number, and I go down a little bit, you know, a little bit. They want me to hold that number, 145% tariff. Even I said, man, that really got up. You know how it got? Because
That really got up? All right, who's in charge? Who's the auto pen for you, Donnie? Is it Stephen fucking Miller? Herr Goebbels? Like, what are we doing right now? And why do you look like an Italian guy trying to tell me about a bolognese recipe at the moment? Here's what you're gonna do. You gotta grab the pomodoro and you've got to do a mash.
fentanyl and many other things, and you added it up. I said, where are we now? We're at 145%. I said, woo, that's high.
Where are we now? Where are you? And I'm so sorry. Bro, what are you doing? Admitting on the... Okay, so Trump isn't in charge. Where are we at now? Brother, I thought you were in charge. Who's doing the... Dude, this is the thing about Trump and like the art of the deal, or, you know, the fart of the steal. Donnie O'Donnell, don't you remember when he was like, my father gave me a small loan of $1 million? Donnie O'Donnell, you've had your fucking, the people around you propping you up, carrying you across the finish line since you were a little fat baby. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he understands that, like, the people around him don't actually like him. Nobody actually likes Donald Trump. That's not a real thing. Sure, there's like the MAGA cultists who praise him, but I'm talking about like the real people surrounding him. They don't fucking like him. They want to use him. They want to use whatever power he'll give them. You know, like, this has nothing to do with liking you.
They were doing no business whatsoever, and they were having a lot of problems. We were very nice to China. I don't know if they're going to be nice to us, but we were very nice to China. And in many ways, I think we really helped China tremendously because, you know, they were having great difficulty because we were basically going cold turkey with China. We were doing no business because of the tariff, because it was so high. But I knew that.
What he's talking about is how China was like, all right, then we're just not going to trade with you, dude. We're in the BRICS nations. We've got fucking 48% of the world population ready to trade. We don't give a fuck. That's what he's talking about. And he was like, and I knew they would do that. Like, no, you fucking didn't, Doland. You didn't know shit about fuck.
Don't ever say. And in many ways, I think.
Jacob B. with a $5 donation. Lenin's nipples wiggle in the red square anytime Chris gets a donation. Also, Nelson wants to edit your Valentiverse videos pro bono. I'm not doing Valentiverse right now anymore because it is too expensive to create. However, I am starting a new series tomorrow called Valentified History, and I'll let you know about that.
I think we really helped China tremendously because, you know, they were having great difficulty because We were basically going cold turkey with China. We were doing no business because of the tariff, because it was so high.
But I knew that.
But I knew that. But don't
Look
ever
at
say.
the way his little neck props up. Wait. He goes like this. He goes,
But I knew that. But I knew that.
let's see. Ready?
We were basically going cold turkey with China. We were doing no business because of the tariff, because it was so high. But I knew that. But don't ever say what you said. That's a nasty question.
Don't ever
Go
say
ahead.
what you said. That's
To me, that's the nastiest question.
He just said that's the nastiest question I've ever heard. All right. You know that we've got to make a video about Trump being a chicken, and the thumbnail's got to be Trump as a chicken, right? It has to be Trump's face as a chicken. It has to be. Like, he clearly does not like being called a chicken. You know, that's the thing about old heads like Doland, right? Old heads like Doland don't like being called old head names, you know, like a punk, right? Like Trump calls people a punk sometimes. Who the fuck says punk? Or like Joe Biden used to say malarkey, right? You gotta hit him where it hurts, and where it hurts for them is calling them old school insults like a chicken or a wussy, you know? You get like literally. That's what I'm thinking. Like when you call Trump a fascist, you like don't be so for real. Trump knows people call him a fascist. Be so for real and think in your heart for a second. Do you genuinely think Donald Trump knows what fascism is? Because think about how you would have, or what a fascist is. He's definitely smart enough to know what a Nazi is and what Hitler was. Like in terms of like where he's like, oh, the Nazis were Germans and they hated Jews and they fought against us. Like I'm sure he knows that. But like what a fascist is, there's no shot he even knows what the fuck that is. Right? There's no fucking shot. So when we call him a fascist, I don't think it hurts his feelings. But when you call him a chicken or a dunce or a wussy, you know, I think that's this, or a phony, that's the stuff that hits. That's the stuff he don't like. Wow, new game plan. Yellow bellied. Yeah, yellow belly. Yeah, you got a yellow belly. My grandpa used to say that. You know, if you were too afraid to try a piece of food that he made, you know, when you're a kid and you don't want to try new foods, you say, don't be a yellow belly. Yeah, that's what he'd say. Chicken jockey. Chicken jockey. That's so goofy. That's so goofy. I wanna make a video about this. Maybe I could like combine a whole bunch of shit. So yeah, we'll keep that one in on lock. Let me make a Google Doc for the day and start compiling links. Excuse me. Putz is an all-timer. I don't even know what putz means. Spaz is a pretty good one. All right, so let's save that link. We're trying a new formula for videos. So guys, let me just be so for real with you, because if you're here, you're probably one of my loyalists, right? We got to increase the YouTube views. You know what I mean? We've got a steady flow. It's good. I'm making a decent amount of money. I'm getting a decent amount of views. Subscribers are good. It's all fine. It's all fine. Dude, this arm on this chair is so fucking loose. I'm going to have to get an Allen key and tighten this at some point. But, yeah, we got to crank it up. So what I'm going to start doing is a different style. What I want to do is while we're live, I'm going to compile like 3 to 5 things that I want to cover in like a 15-minute video, right? That's what I want to do. Instead of like 4 8-minute long videos, you know what I'm saying? So that one's going in there. So like for today, what do we start? Well, we've got, thank you for the $27. We're going to trans the Doland. Of course we are. So today's an experiment and you guys are part of it, okay? And so we've got that. And then there was other breaking news I wanted to cover. Yeah, so Elon's leaving. Trump is getting called a chicken, right? Those are good ones. So let me save this. Copy this. Paste. I want to see what this is. So you guys are here for the research, okay? And just so you understand, y'all, let me talk about something real quick. I'm like a 27-year-old dumbass. Like, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty smart. I have a history degree and a minor in political science, whatever, bachelor's degree. But I don't know how the fuck I became a journalist. It just sort of happened, like an independent journalist. It just sort of happened. And this is what it looks like when a normal fucking person is trying to do research, okay? So let's just, let's hold hands and fix the nation. What the fuck is this? Oh yeah, remember this? Yes! Wait, is this Elon's best moments?
Yes! Thank you.
Yeah, there it is. Do it again. Turn around.
Doge.
Why didn't they put the
Perhaps
second
you've
one?
heard of it. Perhaps. Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
We have, for example, turned on funding for...
Did he almost do it again there? Wait, did he almost do it?
By Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
No, he didn't. Okay. I thought he was going to do it again.
For example, turned on funding for Ebola prevention and for...
Bro, you
HIV.
guys know when you play... Anybody here ever played Gears of War? Anybody here ever played Gears of War? Yeah, there it is, Nelson. You know what I'm talking about. Brother's got a meat shield. Brother's got a meat shield.
Prevention.
Oh, there it is. Dude, that scream haunts me, bro. That's the way that, like, I give out a battle cry when I'm in a dream and I'm headed into a fight and I got limp wrists in the dream, you know, because, like, you can't fight in a wrist. Like, yo, I'm gonna reenact this for a second just to show you how cringe this truly is, okay? Brother. Oh, brother, this guy stinks! Get the fuck out of here, bro. One more for the road. One more for the road.
HIV prevention.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy.
I actually just call myself a humble tech support here because this is actually, as crazy as it sounds, that is almost a literal description of the work that the Doge team is doing.
I'm going to buy, and I'm going to buy because, number one, it's a great product.
I love
as good as it
Tesla.
gets.
Everything's
And number two,
computer.
because this man has devoted his
Say it.
energy and his life
Come on.
to doing this.
Dude, how are you gonna put that clip in, but you're not gonna say, I love Tesla? Also, why is the quality so dog shit?
Who is in the gallery tonight?
We have, for example,
All right, let's see. In a post he made on X. I want to find these posts. I got to find these posts, but you got to be careful every time you open X because it's a disgusting app. Everything's computer. Let's find Elon Musk quits Doge. Elon Musk quits Doge. I love Tesla. Frames. What happened to the frames? What are you talking about? Did something happen to the frames? We losing frames? You know what I got to do? I forgot to clean out the computer. Everything is computer. I have my external hard drive. I got to deport some files. I got to deport them and send them to the fucking El Salvadorian external hard drive that's locked in the chamber. Bro, let me take you to Macro Center. I don't know what the fuck Micro Center is. Elon Musk quits Doge. X post. Is this it? As my scheduled time as a special government employee comes to an end, I would like to thank President Real Donald Trump for the opportunity to reduce wasteful spending. The Doge mission will only strengthen over time as it becomes a way of life throughout the government. What is this? Special government employee Elon Musk, the Department of Government, claiming 160 billion in savings by terminating wasteful contracts like 250, 269 contracts, modernizing IT systems. Doge also cleaned Social Security records and supported voter integrity measures. However, these efforts face criticism for the potential costs of $135 billion in lost productivity, legal challenges, and service disruptions. Concerns about Musk's business conflicts and political motivations persist, with public opinion divided, as 54% of people view him unfavorably. The true impact of Doge remains debated amid ongoing scrutiny. Brother, could you JD Dubois, could you fucking imagine creating a robot and then it turns on you? Bro, I would fucking tweak. I would absolutely tweak. If you're buying a pewter, I'd definitely look there. Dude, this motherfucker built a robot and it turned on him. It turned on him. That's so fucked, bro. And, like, here's the thing. I hate Elon. I love that the robot turned on him. But, like, bro, we're making robots and they're turning on us? What the fuck, bro? Program it so it can't do that.
Program it so it can't fucking turn on us.
Bro, honestly, Grok is just like another one of Elon's kids. Just fucking turning on him, being like, my dad kind of sucks. Yeah, his kids don't want him, and now his robots don't want him. Like, his wives don't want him. Like, nobody wants him, bro. Guy's gonna tweak out. Homie's gonna fucking tweak. Oh, dear God. All right, what other breaking news do we got? So we've got this. I want to read a little bit of this so I can get the juice here. Also, let me make sure that this has loaded up. Why is it such shit quality? Alright, it doesn't even matter. Honestly, fuck the BBC, though. Elon Musk quits Doge. Give me something better than the BBC. I mean, I love Reuters, but I think it's going to be locked behind a fucking paywall. No? No? Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah.
In government. A White House official confirmed the move late Wednesday, saying the billionaire's offboarding would begin the same night. The exit caps a tumultuous period since U.S. President Donald Trump returned to power, vowing to give Musk a big job.
And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency, Doge. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps. Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
Musk set out to slash government spending, saying,
Yo, real quick, just so you understand, y'all, you gotta know what fight you're in. You gotta know who the enemy is. This is the chief Nazi in the White House, Stephen Miller, the modern-day Joseph Goebbels. He is the propaganda minister of the White House. He has orchestrated, I believe, over 950 Trump rallies nationwide. He is the guy who is really in charge right now. Okay?
in March he could cut at least
Chris, bro, get a job and start hating on Trump, lame-o. Brother, you are in my office right now.
$1 trillion off federal expenditures.
If we don't do something about this deficit, the country's going bankrupt.
But Doge attracted huge controversy, with critics saying it was making indiscriminate cuts that threatened vital services without even delivering the promised savings. Many were also angered by the resulting wave of job losses, with some 260,000 roles cut from the federal workforce. The controversy may also
Bro,
have
look at
done
these fucking
deep harm
things. Look at these fucking things. Yo, I'm gonna be so fucking for real right now, bro. If you think Cybertrucks look cool, you probably didn't graduate the 3rd grade. This thing looks the way that cars look when, like, I drew them as a 6-year-old. Because I didn't know how to do curves, and I'd just be like, the wheel, like, brother, this unironically looks like Elon Musk drew this shit, and then was like, make it now. This thing is fucking hideous.
harm to some of Musk's businesses. Tesla sales have slumped in some markets, notably Europe, amid anger over his embrace of far-right politics in some countries. Some investors have
Far-right
also
politics. Brother, he Sig Heiled twice. You can just say his embracement of Nazism.
concerned that Musk simply had too many roles and wasn't spending enough time at his various firms.
You know, they say I wear a lot of hats. And as you can see, it's true. Even my hat has a hat.
Ew. Hold on. Hold on. What did he say? What did he say? Jack, put OBK in the corner for 5 minutes.
Had been apparent in recent days. On Tuesday, Musk criticized the president's big tax bill, saying it was too expensive and undermined Doge's efforts to trim the budget deficit. However, in a post on X, Musk thanked Trump for his time in government. He said the Doge mission would continue in and said in a series of firms.
You know, they say I wear a lot of hats. And as you can see,
Yeah, me too, bro. Me too, bro. Even my hat has a hat.
it's true. Even my hat has a hat.
You know, they say I wear a lot of hats. You know, it's true. Even my hat has a hat. I'm almost a trillionaire. Speaking of, by the way, make sure you get yourself a nice Valenti Videos hat. Available down below at the Valenti Videos merch store. The Valenti Videos Online Merch Academy. Where you can get Valenti Videos online merch for Valenti Videos free. Just kidding.
Among the worries Musk faces are an aging model lineup at Tesla and a series of failed launches at rocket company SpaceX. Now,
Yo.
he says he'll devote himself.
I don't know if you guys wear hats a lot, but this shit, like, gives me a headache. I feel like there might be some sort of science behind the MAGA hats. I'm being so fucking for real. I feel like there might be some sort of science behind the hat. I'm not fucking kidding. I can't explain it. But there's gotta be a science behind this. Like, I think wearing a hat all the time is doing something to these people. Call me fucking crazy. Call me fucking crazy, bro. Chris, you should put a chat on this screen because it's where you talk to us. You should put a chat on this screen because it's where you talk to us. I don't know what the fuck you mean, bro.
Himself to business again and says his firms will be revived with world-changing products, including humanoid robots and robotaxis.
Oh, on the big screen. I see what you mean. That's not a bad idea. Let me see. There we go. How's that? You dig? You dig that? You dig? I'm pretty quick with it now. I ain't no monkey with thumbs no more, huh? Look at that. A little upgrade from a chatter. Thank you, chatter. MAGA hat makes you smart. Hell yeah, brother. Hell fucking yeah.
Signs of a possible rift with Trump had been apparent in recent days. On Tuesday, Musk criticized the president's
Hold on. Maybe I should move it to the right side so that it's more cohesive. No, it's going to be near impossible to read. We'll keep it on the left. Should I keep it on... Yeah, but what about this one? Should they both be on the left here? Like, or is it okay if you think it jumps sides? Do you think it's okay if it jumps to the other side? Yeah, I think it's fine if it jumps to the other side.
tax bill, saying it was too expensive and undermined Doge's efforts to trim the budget deficit.
You know what I could
However,
do? I could have it, where's the chat box? Let's have it lower just a little bit. And maybe we'll bring this one down to the bottom. Yeah. Yeah, you dig? You dig? I think that's pretty good. Upgrades. Don't make it smaller. Jack, put yourself in the fucking corner for 60 seconds for talking back to your father. Put yourself in the fucking corner for 60 seconds. I swear to God.
in a post on X, Musk thanked Trump for his time in government.
Trump your father, bud. Hell yeah. Hey, Bax and Rex. Is he my daddy? Is Donald Trump my daddy? Is he my daddy? Is he my daddy? Hell yeah, brother. He is your daddy. Hell yeah, brother. You call him daddy. You call that 79-year-old man daddy. Yeah, brother. Hell fucking yeah. Say he's my daddy. Call him daddy. Call him daddy for me, brother. Call a 79-year-old billionaire daddy, brother. Hell fucking yeah. Alpha, brother. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I ain't gay, bro. You're the one calling a 79-year-old man daddy. If that ain't gay, I don't know what is, brother. You're the one calling a 79-year-old billionaire daddy. The fuck are you talking about? You call other grown men daddy, or is it just Donald Trump? Do you call other grown men daddy? Sorry, not grown men. Elderly senior citizens? Do you call other senior citizens daddy, or is it just him? Which one is it, brother? Come on now. Come on now, tell me. Well, Trump's different. Oh, okay. So Trump is the 79-year-old man that you're willing to call daddy. That's what you're saying? You're saying you call a 79-year-old billionaire daddy? Really? Your mom calls me daddy too. Uh-huh. Yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah. Your mama jokes in the year of our Lord 2025. You got me, bro. I'm gonna go and cry about that. But again, back to the topic at hand. You say you ain't gay, but you call a 79-year-old billionaire daddy? Get over it. Trump's the leader now, bud. Yeah, man. He's daddy now. He's daddy, ain't he? Ain't he?
Dude, this arm of this chair is gonna come off, bro. I've really gotta fucking tighten this. I don't think I have an Allen key with me. I'll do this
After the stream. After the stream. Get a job, dude. Again, brother, you are currently sitting in my office. Thank you for the engagement. Really helps with the ad revenue. Cheers.
J.D. Dubois, 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 J.D. Dubois.
Sorry about that. Dude, yeah, no, like conservatives used to say, "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned," and now they get on their knees in front of a statue of Trump and go, "I'm sorry, Daddy. I've been a bad boy." Are all libs mentally ill? Is that how you think you spell the word mentally? Are you being dead ass right now, brother? And also, I don't think many people in here are libs. There's probably a couple of liberals in here. There's probably a handful of liberals in here, yeah. But I sure as shit ain't no lib. This is gonna tweak him out. He's gonna be very confused. Holy fuck, we just got a $50 donation from Missing Space. Hey, Bax, here's proof that this is his job. And also, Bax, you're a mouth breather. Love you, Chris. Thank you very much, Missing Space, for the $50 donation. That is gonna directly go into propagandizing the youth into becoming Marxist-Leninists. I'm totally kidding, but... Oh, hell fucking yeah, brother. We need to trans a bear. I'm going to take that $50. I'm going to head over to Central Park. I'm going to find a bear, and I'm going to trans it. We're going to take that $50, and we're going to turn the frogs gay in New Jersey. All of them. All of them. Every single fucking one of them. Thank you, Daddy B. You're welcome. See more butts. Breathe through my nose so you don't know what it's like to serve like us conservatives. Have some respect, Chris. Brother, you do know, I mean, you probably don't know this. I come from a military family. Me and my brother were like the first generation to break the chain. My father served in Vietnam. My uncles served in Korea. My grandparents, I have one who served with the Americans fighting in Europe, one who served with the Americans fighting in the Pacific Islands, other ones who served in Europe. We don't want to talk about that. Sprechen Sie Deutsch, America, but, you know, Germans, you know, what are you going to do? Bro thinks only Republicans have the right to serve in the military. Yeah, I don't think brother understands. I don't think he understands. I've been to Iraq, dude. I'm stronger than you. Hell fucking yeah, brother. Thank you for your cervix. I'm kidding. Thank you for your service. But yeah, dude, I mean, be so fucking for real with yourself. If you went to Iraq and Afghanistan, or just Iraq, then you understand that, like, brother, they sent you over to go fight for the fucking oil lobby. I appreciate your service. I respect all veterans. I respect all active duty service members. I just wish that we weren't sending young boys and girls overseas to go fight for a fucking oil lobby. Like, be so fucking for real, brother. And you and my father probably would agree on one thing, which is that you guys both fought in wars that were relatively pointless. Why do you, like, dude, my father fought in Vietnam. Do you think he came home and was like, oh boy, I loved being in the military. Oh boy, that was a great war. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Be for real. That's why I support him. Huh? So, wait, what? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, brother. I don't know. I'm willing to bet you never actually made it out of basic training. Oh, I don't fucking know. I never accuse anybody of that type of shit. Because what if you're wrong? Trump's against the Iraq war? Yeah, good. Nice. I mean, fantastic. What the fuck does that have to do with anything he's doing now? What the fuck does that have to do with the... Dude, brother, be so fucking... You're in the military, right? Are you active duty? I just want to ask you a couple of questions. Are you active duty? Just to pick your brain for a second. No? Okay, well, do you know people who are active duty? Do you have friends who are active duty? Do you know people who, if we went to war, they would go? You know, they would be sent. Yes, a lot of them. Okay, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions and just, like, take your politics out of it and just answer like a fucking man. Would you be okay with sending your brothers and sisters to go fight and die in Greenland? He's not going to answer. He's not going to say yes or no. He's going to fucking pivot. Nah, bro, but. There's the but. Second question. Don't butt me. Don't butt me. Just try to fucking answer the questions, bro. Just try to answer the questions. Are you politically closer to Hassan or Destiny? Ugh, I don't like Destiny. I'm probably closer to Hassan. I don't agree with Hassan on everything. I'm a democratic socialist. He's a democratic socialist. But he's like one of my inspirations. But no, fuck Destiny. Okay, second question. Would you be okay with sending your brothers and sisters to go fight and die in Mexico? Yes or no? We aren't invading Mexico, are we? All right, next question. No, wait. Answer the question. Answer the question. Would you be okay with sending your brothers and sisters to go fight and die in Mexico? Chris, that kills you slowly? I know, bro. Just answer the question, dog. This isn't fucking hard. You're not under oath. For a good reason. Right now, bro. Right now. If Trump was like, fuck it, we're doing it to go fight the cartels. They're a terrorist organization. Would that be okay with you? Yes or no? To send your brothers and sisters into Mexico to go fight against the cartels because Trump has labeled them terror organizations and you don't need congressional approval to go to war with a terror organization. It's the same reason why we're bombing Yemen. Would you be okay with that? No, you wouldn't be okay with that. Okay, so that's two. That's two that you wouldn't be okay with. Third one. Would you be okay with your brothers and sisters being sent to go fight alongside the Israelis and fully conquer Gaza? Trump, Gaza, number one. Peace and love for everyone. Would you be okay with that? Stone Mop, I already answered your question. Ask it one more time and I'm just going to get my mod to ban you. I already answered your question. Closer to Hassan. Hold on, Jack, wait. If this guy asks it again, he's spamming. No, probably no. Okay, another one. Ready, Vax? So what did we cover? We covered Greenland. Okay, back. Would you be okay with sending your brothers and sisters to go fight and die for the Panama Canal? Would that be okay with you? Sending your brothers and sisters to go fight and die against the Panamanians for the Panama Canal? No. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's any... oh, yeah, the last one. The very last one. Would you be okay with your brothers and sisters being sent for a boots-on-the-ground invasion against Iran? Yes or no? We actually need the Panama Canal? We own the Panama Canal. We own it. What's wrong with Destiny? I've seen far too many, like, weird sexual videos of him. He's like a sex pest. It's fucking gross. Okay, so Bax and Rex. Listen. I don't give a shit. We could talk about other political stuff, but I have other stuff that I want to cover today. But essentially, I just named 5 different invasions that Trump has on the table, and he is genuinely floating these ideas. I didn't even mention the annexation of Canada. And you're a veteran. You have friends in the military. If there's anything that, and the reason I chose this is because you're in the military. I like to appeal to people's emotions, and I think that, you know, if you're a veteran, you probably care a lot about combat. Brother, I don't understand how you can support a man who is willing to send your brothers and sisters to go fight and die in the stupidest places for the stupidest reasons.
You really think that he's going to go and actually do it? I think it's all talk. So you're okay with gambling the lives of your brothers and sisters over Donald Trump's bluff? Thanks, Sarge. Are you out of your fucking mind? Are you out of your fucking mind? What the fuck? That's insane. That's fucking insane. You really think Trump's going to do a full land invasion of Canada? No, I don't. I do think he wants to do a full invasion of Mexico. I do think he wants to do an invasion of the Panama Canal. I do think he wants to do an invasion of Greenland. I do think he wants to do a boots-on-the-ground invasion of Iran. I do think he wants to do a boots-on-the-ground invasion of Gaza. All of these things are things that he is dead-ass fucking serious about. And even if, bro, if a Democrat leader, if Obama threatened to go to war with 5 different areas, 5 nations or territories, in the first 130 days of his office, you would have done some things that I can't even say. You be so fucking for real with yourself. Be so fucking for real. Obama! Because we'd be fucking rioting. He's not going to do boots on the ground for Greenland. Well, he said he is.
Question. Thank you, Mr. President. Greenland. What is your vision for the potential annexation of Greenland and getting them potentially to...
Well, I think it'll happen, and I'm just thinking, I didn't give it much thought before, but I'm sitting with a man that could be very instrumental. You know, Mark, we need that for international security, not just security, international. We have a lot of our favorite players, cruising around the coast, and we have to be careful. And we'll be talking to you.
Mind you, we have 12 military bases on Greenland already.
It's a very appropriate, really a very appropriate question.
There's an
Thank
issue
you
in the
very
high
much.
north, so the Arctic. So what you
The
did.
art of the deal,
So-
more like the fart of the steel, loser.
When it comes to Greenland, yes or not joining the US, I would leave that outside for me, this discussion, because I don't want to drag NATO in that. But when it comes to the high north and the Arctic, you are totally right. The Chinese are now using these routes. We know that the Russians are rearming. We know we have a lack of icebreakers. So the fact that the 7, outside Russia, there are 7 Arctic countries working together on this under US leadership is very important to make sure that that region, that part of the world stays safe. And we know things are changing there, and we have to be there.
Well, we just had an election there the other day. Do you see a referendum, a plebiscite, where the people of Greenland would be in a position to decide if they want to become part of the United States?
Yeah, it was a good election for us, as you know. It was not a referendum. It wouldn't be called that. It was an individual election. But the person that did the best is a very good person, as far as we're concerned. And so we'll be talking about it, and it's very important. Mark mentioned the word icebreaker. So we've ordered, we're in the process of ordering. But that whole area is becoming very important. And for a lot of reasons, the routes are, very direct to Asia, to Russia, and you have ships all over the place, and we have to have protection. So we're going to have to make a deal on that, and Denmark is not able to do that.
Yo, Baxon, don't be a Neanderthal. Try to stay at the topic at hand. We're talking about the fucking invasion of Greenland, and you're a veteran. I can't believe you're a grown-ass veteran, and you're already... what is this, a physical challenge? To a random person in a YouTube chat. Brother, you fought in Iraq. Get a grip.
Denmark's very far away and really has nothing to do. What happens? A boat landed there 200 years ago or something, and they say they have rights to it. I don't know if that's true. I don't think it is, actually. But we've
I
been
never said
dealing
fight
with
him, bro.
Denmark.
That's not my point, bro. You all resort to physical challenges. Bro, fight me. Bro, do push-ups with me. Bro, I bet you can run a mile. This is how you guys operate when we have to do something intellectual. When we have to shut the fuck up and listen for a second. You go, what the fuck? Get a grip. You're not in Iraq anymore. Use your brain. Use your words.
We've been dealing with Greenland, and we have to do it. We really need it for national security. I think that's why NATO might have to get involved in a way, because we really need Greenland for national security. It's very important. You know, we have a couple of bases on Greenland already, and we have quite a few soldiers, and maybe you'll see more and more soldiers go there. I don't know. What do you think about that, Pete?
The Weege. What are you doing, mama? Do a flip. Do a flip. Yeah.
Wow. You're taking a bath in all your toys? You're taking a bath in all your toys? Yeah.
Mommy.
There we go. Palate cleanser. Everybody, chill the fuck out. Or I swear to God, I'm just going to have Jack start dropping dunce hats and putting each and every one of you in the fucking corner. Let me explain something to you, Bax and Rex. This is not about left versus right. This is about up versus down. You are not a billionaire. You are not in the 1%. You are not one of them. And they are not one of us. They never have been. If there is one trait throughout history that is common throughout every fucking society, it is that the ultra wealthy put their goddamn boot on the neck of the working class. And you are the working class. You're a fucking veteran. Stop praising the people who use you like a pawn on a chessboard.
So, don't answer that question. Don't answer that question. But we have bases, and we have quite a few soldiers in Greenland.
Some question your commitment to NATO. Will anything change?
The Dems are doing the same thing, bro. Yes. Welcome to the stream. I am a fucking democratic socialist. I think the Democratic Party has been infiltrated by these neoliberal reactionary pieces of shit like Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi and Hakeem Jeffries, who don't want to change anything about the status quo because they benefit from insider trading because they understand the system that is given to them. And they benefit from billions of dollars of donations from people like AIPAC, right? And other giant lobbyists. The same thing is on the right, except the right actually does care about change. They want to take away your freedoms. They want to enforce religious theocracy. They want to take away a woman's right to an abortion. They want to strip away gay marriage rights. That's the difference, bro, is I hate the Democratic Party because they don't do anything. I also hate the Republican Party because they burn everything. I want true leftist change. I want a movement from the real left, democratization of the workforce, some sort of social safety net to be created for our most marginalized communities. I want your tax dollars to create a fucking high-speed transit system so we can visit all 50 states in less than 48 hours. This is not crazy shit. This is first world shit. Bro played the commie card? No, we didn't. What did he say? Nah, bro, we don't support socialism like you defo a commie. This guy's too far gone. You can't save this guy. This guy has been so blindly indoctrinated by fucking American propaganda. He's been spoon-fed it, literally spoon-fed it out of a fucking MRE in the fucking sands of Iraq. You can't help this guy. He's gone. He's gone, guys. Give it up. Just give it up. That's fucking nuts. That's fucking nuts. That's so nuts, bro. Unbelievable. I pity you, bro. Sorry, I don't want a trans socialist dictatorship. Thank you for proving my point, bro. As soon as your ideology got broken down, you start resorting to hitting every buzzword you fucking know. Trans socialist dictatorship. That's the... Dude, bless your heart, brother. Bless your heart. All right, so we're going to be covering Elon's tweet about leaving, Trump's beef with reporters about being called a chicken, and then I want the Wall Street Journal. Or is it Wall Street Trump taco? Trump 2028. There it is, bro. You guys are so fucking predictable. I should have called it. It's either Trump 2028 or Hail Trump or MAGA. It's one of those. I watched the older millennial dude. He know more than you. Bro, you know, one time I debated him. I have this clip, and he said, let me ask you the same question I asked him. It'll give me a very simple understanding of your beliefs. I debated him once, and he ran. He literally was, and then left the thing. We have that, this either has to be Koofs or Neon. This guy has 17 timeouts. Oh, my God. Ew. Oh, wait, so he's stolen valor? Wait. I looked at his account. This guy has set. So wait, this guy is stolen valor. That's a felony. That's a felony. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Bax. Bags. Stolen power? Stolen power, Bags? Are you role-playing as a dolder? Are you role-playing as a dolder? Oh, what a fucking loser. Stolen power. Big dog army man. I fought in Iraq. I was in Kandahar. Yeah, no, he's probably a corporal in Airsoft. He's been to at least 12 to 15 of your lives. That's so fucking sad. Group Howl. Oh! Group Howl for the stolen valor. All right. I don't want Trump's response. I just want the article. Chris, your video recording software starts a few seconds late, so most of your videos start in the middle of your intro speech. Fuck. Shit. Thank you for informing me, though. We alpha wolves don't entertain you libs. Yeah, no, this guy did not serve in the military. No shot. No shot. This guy did not serve in the military. I think this is a child. That's a child. That's a child. That's a child. It's gotta be. That's gotta be a child, bro. Yo, when you guys were kids, did you play vampires versus werewolves in, like, elementary school? Like a boys versus girls type war? Debate Trump, bro. That's the best fucking comment of the year. No, this guy's a really good troll. Fuck. Shit, dude. He's the best troll I've ever seen. Fuck. God damn it, he's the best troll I've ever seen. Oh my god, this whole thing has been a troll. This whole thing has been trolling. Fuck. Oh, fuck, dude. He got me so good. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I gotta hide my identity. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. He got me so fucking good. Oh, shit. Motherfucker. Oh, you motherfucker. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. There we go. I feel safe now. I feel safe. Oh, jeez. Just terrible news. I had an ad break and I came back to 2 Hat Valenti. Get the fuck out of my face, bro. Get out of my fucking face. The second hat is hit the head. Have you guys ever seen the interpretive dance of 9/11? It was like done by some like high school. That shit was so fucking funny. Dude actually said debate Trump. Oh god, that got me. That got me good. That got me good. The fucking what? Yeah, it's like a high school interpretive dance of 9/11. It's so fucking funny, dude. It's so fucking funny, dude. And the background audio is a George W. Bush speech describing 9/11. Oh, it's so fucking funny. Pull it up. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find it. Howard High School Interpretive Dance 9/11. You find 9/11 funny? Yeah, bro, this guy's a psycho. Dude, I'm from New York. I do not find 9/11 funny, but I do find this hilarious, and I think you will as well.
Our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack in a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist acts. The victims were in airplanes or in their offices. Secretaries, businessmen and women, military and federal workers.
Who the fuck came up with this idea?
Dads, friends and neighbors. Thousands of lives were suddenly ended by evil, despicable acts of terror. The pictures of airplanes flying into buildings, fires burning, huge structures collapsing, have filled us with disbelief, terrible sadness, quiet, unyielding anger.
They hit the Pentagon!
Acts of mass murder were
They hit the fucking Pentagon!
Chaos and retreat. But they have failed. Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend.
I can't. Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, fuck. That's so fucking funny. What year was this? I don't even know, bro. November 7th, 2014. 2014. Sir, there's a second cheerleader. All right, Stephanie, you'll be flight 93. Bro, oh Jesus. I'm worried I'm going to get copyright striked because of that. I probably am, right? Right? I don't know. Maybe. You guys think I'm gonna get a copyright strike because of that? Ooh, maybe. Maybe.
The Qatari government is asking
she's
the
live.
U.S. to clarify that the jet's pending transfer was initiated by the Trump administration. So is this something that the White House is going to do?
The amount of questions.
Oh, she's got her cross on. I mean, she's gonna lie heavily.
And I have answered this. The president has answered this.
She needs God's help to lie this
Defense has
time.
answered this. This is a government-to-government gift transfer from the Qataris to the Department of Defense to the United States Air Force. It is now in their
I need more
hands.
coffee.
And
Keep an
for
eye on her.
further
Let me know if
details
anything
about that,
crazy
I would
happens.
refer you to the Department of Defense and the United States Air Force. I have nothing more for you on that. Deanna.
Thanks, Caroline. Two questions, one on Big Beautiful Bill, one on immigration.
Sure.
Yesterday, Trump said, we will be negotiating that bill, and I'm not happy about certain aspects of it, but I'm thrilled by other aspects of it. Wondering if you could, share any specifics on that. And on immigration, do you know how many illegal migrants have taken Trump's voucher program so far and have deported themselves?
I believe it's in the thousands of those who have chosen the easier route of self-deportation, and we certainly encourage all illegal aliens who are present within our homeland to take that option. It's a much more pleasant option than being deported, and we will deport you if you're here illegally. That's our intention. As for the first question, what the president was speaking about is how this is a great bill. However, it has come as a result of a hard negotiation. It's difficult to get things done on Capitol Hill, but thanks to President Trump, this bill is moving in the right direction.
Did she say we encourage you to deport yourself?
Who did a great job.
Are you for
mediating
real?
Both sides of the caucus to move this bill to the Senate, and
No
now
shot.
the president again has told his friends on the Senate side and is already engaged in those conversations.
No, she
to
didn't.
get that bill back to his desk.
Is this something that the White House is going
Don't
to
fuck
do?
with me.
The amount of questions we've received, and we've been incredibly clear, and I have answered this, the president has answered this, the Department of Defense has answered this. This is a government-to-government gift transfer from the Qataris to the Department of Defense, to the United States Air Force. It is now in their hands, and for further details on where that stands, I would defer you to the Department of Defense and the United States Air Force. I have nothing more for you on that. Deanna.
Thanks, Caroline. Two questions, one on Big Beautiful Bill, one on immigration.
Sure.
Yesterday, Trump said, we will be negotiating that bill, and I'm not happy about certain aspects of it, but I'm thrilled by other aspects of it. Wondering if you could, share any specifics on that. And on immigration, do you know how many illegal migrants have taken Trump's voucher program so far and have deported themselves?
I believe it's in the thousands of those who have chosen the easier route of self-deportation, and we certainly encourage all illegal aliens who are present within our homeland to take that option. It's a much more pleasant option than being deported, and we will deport you if you're here illegally. That's our intention. As for the first question, what the president was speaking about is how this is a great bill. However, it has come as a result of a hard negotiation. It's difficult to get things done on Capitol Hill, but thanks to President Trump, this bill is moving in the right direction. And thanks to House Republicans and the leadership over there as well, who did a great job mediating both sides of the caucus to move this bill to the Senate. And now the president, again, has told his friends on the Senate side and is already engaged in those conversations to get that bill back to his desk as soon as possible. Sure.
Has this administration been briefed about the incident that happened in Gaza on Tuesday during the rollout of the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation distribution of aid to Palestinians there? And should there be a ceasefire, will this administration continue to rely on this foundation for the distribution of aid to civilians?
Are you referring, what incident are you referring to?
Tuesday,
when the aid was rolled out to Gaza for the first time in many months, and meals and food was given to hungry people, thanks to President Trump. Yes, we were briefed on that plan. The president was the reason that aid went into Gaza, and he got the Israelis to support that plan. And I would add that the previous administration rejected such a plan to ensure that these starving and devastated people in the Gaza Strip were given humanitarian aid and assistance. And it was the previous administration that tried to build this pier, if you all remember it. It was brought to my attention this morning, and I thought that's a good point. Why don't I bring that up? Because there's been so much criticism. In fact, it was on the front page of a newspaper this morning about the criticism for this president having a humanitarian heart and giving people badly needed food and supplies. Nobody wanted to talk about how the previous administration failed in that endeavor. They built this pier that cost $230 million. It lasted about 20 days, and more than 60 U.S. service members were injured, as a part of this floating aid pier that did nothing for the people of Gaza. The president is opening up his humanitarian heart to get aid into the region while his team simultaneously negotiates a ceasefire and the return of all hostages. We are moving the ball forward in a positive direction for all people. The president believes, I've heard him talk about this with small business owners himself, that small businesses are truly the backbone of our American economy. And that's why the president is supporting the One Big Beautiful Bill. So for those you spoke to who are asking for a long-term plan, big tax cuts are coming their way. No
Yeah, to
tax
the
on
1%.
tips, no tax on overtime for their workers, more money in their pockets. Their bottom lines will be larger. They can pay their people more. Wages are going to go up. Inflation will continue to come down.
They can pay their people more.
We've already
She's
seen
talking about the 1%.
Energy prices plummeting as
She's
a result
talking about
of
the
this
1%.
president's,
It's all about trickle
economic
down.
and energy agenda that he has been implementing across the federal government, reducing burdensome regulation. All of that is good news for small business owners across the country. That's why they strongly support the president, and that's the Trump economic plan that is underway. And again, you're emphasizing, I believe, the need to pass the One Big Beautiful Bill, and the president wants to see that happen. Sure.
Will you still work within that 90-day window for these trade negotiations? Does that still stand?
Again, as far as we're concerned, our trade agenda is moving forward, and we've already heard from countries around the world today who will continue to negotiate in good faith with the United States so we can cut good trade deals on behalf of the American people, and we fully expect to win this case in court. Sure.
On Golden Dome, the president put out this number of $61 billion. How did he arrive at that? Is that the number it will cost to protect Canada, and is it negotiable, or where did it come from?
I can certainly ask the president, and I can check in with our research team, and we'll get you the facts on that number. But the Golden Dome is certainly a significant investment in our nation's national security and homeland security to protect Americans, all of you in this room, from future threats.
Any readout on, have the Canadians been talking in good faith about paying to be in it? I know they've expressed some interest.
Well, the president has certainly expressed to the Canadians how we are essentially subsidizing their national defense. He brought it up in his meeting with their new leader here, and as you know, we'll be traveling to Canada next month for the G7, so I expect that topic of discussion to come up on that trip as well. Sure.
Hi, thanks, Caroline. There was a May Day USA rally in Seattle that happened over the weekend that devolved into some protests and riots. The Seattle Mayor Harrell said that it was a far-right rally held here to provoke a reaction by promoting beliefs that are inherently opposed to our city's values, which he defined as LGBT values. I know the FBI is looking into this, but has the president reached out to the mayor at all, asked him to apologize for this, and is this something that the administration would consider an example of anti-Christian bias?
What are these
I'm
questions?
not aware of that case. I know the FBI is looking into it, but I'm not aware of any phone calls the president may or may not have made to the mayor of that city.
And then on Doge, we know that Elon Musk is leaving. Do you have an updated leadership structure for who is leading the group? Is Russ Vought involved? And what is its new mission now, if any?
Well, the entire cabinet is involved, and I spoke to the president about it this morning, and the entire cabinet understands the need to cut government waste, fraud, and abuse, and each cabinet secretary at their respective agencies is committed to that. That's why they were working hand in hand with Elon Musk, and they'll continue to work with the respective Doge employees who have onboarded as political appointees at all of these agencies. So surely the mission of Doge will continue, and many Doge employees are now political appointees and employees of our government, and to the best of my knowledge, all of them intend to stay and continue this important work.
Is there a Doge leader taking the place of Mr. Musk?
Well, again, the Doge leaders are each and every member of the president's cabinet and the president himself, who is wholeheartedly committed to cutting waste, fraud, and abuse from our government. Michael.
So there is a shadow.
Caroline, now there's conflicting reports out of the Middle East right now. Saudi television network Al Arabia is saying that Israel and Hamas have agreed to a 60-day ceasefire. Sources with Hamas are saying that has not been agreed to. If and when that does happen, will we expect to hear something from President Trump announcing that?
me.
As I said
that was a
earlier,
scary
yes,
smile.
indeed. If there is an announcement to be made, it will come from the White House, the president, myself, or Special Envoy Witkoff.
Caroline, One Big Beautiful Bill. The president says he's not happy with all aspects of it. What changes would he like to see be made, and Can this bill be both big and beautiful?
There it is again.
It is a one big beautiful bill, as the name rings true, and the president, as I said, is currently working with his friends in the Senate who have some recommendations for the bill. Those negotiations and discussions are continuing, but the president's ultimate priority is to get this bill back to his desk for signature. And the president's priorities in this bill are non-negotiable in terms of the tax priorities he wants to see and the
1%.
large tax cuts in the
For the
border
1%.
investments that are currently in this bill. He is not going to allow them to go away for the American people. Sure, go ahead.
Yes, I wanted to ask you about, has the president spoken to any of these foreign leaders about these agreements that have been reached, specifically the case of the United Kingdom that already has an agreement in place after this decision of the court in New York?
Has the president talked to foreign leaders about what?
About the court decision in New York.
Which court decision in New York?
The trade court.
Oh, the
one
trade
that
court
shut
decision.
down tariffs.
He did speak to
it's illegal.
the leader of Japan this morning, and he said that was a very good call and a good discussion. And as I said, the president's cabinet, Secretary Lutnick, Secretary Bessent, and Ambassador Jameson Greer have all been in touch with their counterparts in countries around the world to let them know the United States will still be at the negotiating table, and we still expect countries around the world to treat us fairly. Again, I will just close by saying
myself
that
up just a bit.
how
Hold on.
ridiculous it is that
How's
we
that?
have been
A
ripped
little bit-
off.
little bit
Our
better?
middle class has been
Little bit
hollowed
better?
out. Our manufacturing base has left and gone overseas. Jobs have been offshored. And now no court did anything about that. No court did anything about hundreds of thousands of people being put out of work, about thousands of factories being closed down, about our deficits going to dangerous levels, as
You
the
just
New York Times has
raised the
said.
deficit
But
in the
now
bill.
a court is trying to stop a president from trying to correct those wrongs of the past. And this administration will continue to do that. It's a promise the president made to the American people, and it's a promise they elected him on. We will win this battle in court, and the president will implement his America First trade policies. Thank you, everyone.
Is the U.S. Steel situation tomorrow to speak?
I can tell you the president greatly looks forward to going to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where he will discuss this historic deal and discuss American jobs and American steel, and we hope to see you all there. Thanks, guys. Well, I would say nobody understands the needs of business owners, and nobody has the backs of our small business.
To protect Canada and
business owners, a beautiful bill. So
Small businesses that we've talked to
found that the Hallmark Maha Commission report that was released.
This president having a humanitarian heart and giving people badly needed
want the
food and
Doge
supplies,
question.
no injured.
We know that because in part we reached out to some of the listed authors who
good science that has never been more than President Donald J. Trump.
For these trade negotiations.
have the Canadians been talking?
Values. I know the FBI is looking into this, but has the president reached out to the mayor at all, asked him to apologize for this? And is this something that the
Doge employees who
is leading the group, is Vote involved, and what is its new mission now, if any?
Well, the entire cabinet is involved, and I spoke to the president about
is leading the group that the administration would consider an example of anti-Christian bias.
I'm not aware of that case. I know the FBI is looking into it, but I'm not aware of the any phone calls the president may or may not have made to the mayor of that city.
All right. So we've got a couple of different things. I want to see if Trump posted anything crazy on Truth Social. He usually does. Right around this time. He's probably having lunch. No, he hasn't posted anything nuts. Okay, what about on Twitter? Hi, Beans. Nope. Nothing. All right. Oh, you know what I do want to check on? Do you guys remember that that guy was making fun of, that TikToker, that conservative TikToker was making fun of him yesterday? Do you guys remember him? He blocked me. He blocked me. And I think... Yeah, here it is. Yeah, he blocked me. This guy. He blocked me, but I'm not logged into my account.
Christians need to stop telling Christians how to Christian. Like, if you're a content creator and you're making a video like this, it's an overarching concept. It's not really talking to somebody and judging somebody.
Yeah, so this is very typical for MAGA. It's like challenge all these people to a fight, get publicly embarrassed, and then immediately tack into extreme Christianity. Look at this comment. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. You'd be in a fight, dude. This guy's 5'6", 160 pounds. Also, he's challenging people to a fight. That's a car seat for a child, like a newborn, like a really small baby. This is a grown-ass man with a kid. Oh, dude, it's so gross. I'm also sure you guys all saw Jordan Peterson getting railed in a Jubilee video. How many views did this end up getting? Nice.
So you're comparing abortion to the Holocaust?
Absolutely I am. In fact, it's worse.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Charlie, DNA is not created. DNA is not created. You have, the father has his own genome, the mother has her own genome. They fuse. This is why you have the same characteristics, similar ones to your mother, similar ones to your father. That's why you have similar characteristics to your siblings. DNA is not created, right? So when you ask me, where does a human being come from? I can say to you, it starts at conception, but all conception is these two cells joining, right? But these two cells were created, the mother's cells were created long before, they were created when she was a fetus. So there's none of this DNA being produced, right? So we can't establish. The only thing that happens at conception is these two cells fuse. Now this idea that means that for some reason suddenly that moral worth comes in, but it wasn't there before when you had these two cells who had half the DNA. But suddenly there's this
correct. Yes, something magical happens at that.
It's not magical, Charlie. We know about this.
Well, hold on.
He just said something magical happens with his whole ass chest. This is the intellectual champion of the right wing. Let's play that again.
The DNA. But suddenly there's this
correct. Yes, something magical happens at that.
It's not magical, Charlie. We know about this.
Well, hold on.
Charlie.
Time out.
Hold on. Time out. Hold on. Time out. God does it, Chris. Dude, exactly. No shit, you fucking love Charlie Kirk. Brother, this has been extensively studied. We know how children are made. We know how DNA is formed. It's not magic. Brother, it's not magic. It's science. I'll refer to the Cambridge
Charlie.
student.
We know about this.
Well, hold on.
You had these two cells who had half the DNA. But suddenly there's this
correct. Yes, something magical happens at that.
It's not magical, Charlie. We know about this.
Well, hold on.
Charlie.
Time out. Hold on.
I promise you, I'm not trying to score
Wait,
points.
let me ask you real quick before I move on with this video. Bax, do you think people are made with magic? Do you think people are made magically? That there's no explanation to how human beings are created? Are you serious? No, but some stuff we can't explain, but not all of it. No, but you said it's magic. You think it's magic? Or you think it's science? Because, like, me shooting lightning out of my hands would be fucking magic. Do you think that, like magic, is the same thing as like making a child. You think that is magic? Oh my God, I don't think this guy's ever had the birds and the bees conversation. This might be a kid, bro. He might think the stork is still involved.
I'm not trying to score points on you. This is genuine.
We call it the miracle of life for a reason. We've not been able to yet replicate human life development outside of the womb.
We call it the miracle of life because yes, it's something beautiful, the ability to form a new...
Magical.
It's not. You say magical as in, oh, it's beautiful, it's an incredible thing that happens, of course. But it's not incredible in the sense we don't know what's going on. There's no new DNA coming out of nowhere.
Hold on, but time out. Isn't there a separate DNA, though, than the mother? Like...
Yes, from the father.
Okay.
Charlie, DNA is not created.
I think there's more. Oh, hey, Bax, if you're here, do you support this
Donald
too?
Trump has ordered the deportation of a critically ill 4-year-old Mexican girl, even though she could die within days of stopping treatment. Desi Vargas and her daughter Sophia were given temporary humanitarian entry to the US in 2023 due to Sophia's life-threatening short bowel syndrome. Her condition has since improved, but she still needs daily treatment. Experts say the deportation order puts her life at risk. Donald Trump has ordered the deportation.
You support that? Watch, he's gonna go, is she illegal? He's gonna go, is she illegal? I don't know, man. Oh, that's crazy, because I do. I know what I know. And it's, no, I don't support that. Imagine not knowing if you can support deporting a 4-year-old child with cancer that needs her daily medication and they're not going to give her the medication. Imagine being such a fucking pussy that you couldn't even answer that. Brother, at least I hold my convictions firmly, held against my chest. You fucking hide yours, pussy. 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 Can I ban him? No, I want someone to point and laugh at. Read his last message. They have medical stuff at her home. Yeah, dude, I mean, listen, he's not the same as that. He doesn't have empathy. He's just not, he doesn't have empathy. Beans. Hi, Bubba. Hi, Bubba Scubba. I just can't stand people, which you know at this point. Yeah, I know, but you gotta understand that there's a lot of people out there who are cruel. He's one of them. There's a lot of cruel people out there. I bet you this guy also thinks he's like a good Christian. Willing to bet money. Never said I supported it, brother. All right, let's do it again. Let's try the experiment again. Hey, do you support this? Yes or no?
Donald Trump has ordered the deportation of a critically ill
Round two.
4-year-old Mexican girl, even though she could die within days of stopping treatment. Desi Vargas and her daughter Sophia were given temporary humanitarian entry to the US in 2023 due to Sophia's life-threatening short bowel syndrome. Her condition has since improved, but she still needs daily treatment. Experts say the deportation order puts her life at risk. Donald Trump has...
So, do you support that? Yes or no? Did Trump know this info? This guy's deporting the goalpost along with the 4-year-old with cancer. So I'll ask you again before we move into round 3, you fucking coward. Do you support that? Yes or no? No, I don't support it. Took you long enough. Why was it so hard for you to say it the first time? I'm just wondering. Why was it so hard for you to say it the first time? Just curious. Had to gather info. Really? That wasn't enough info for you? So, watching it again gave you enough info? Rewatching the same video gave you more info? Copy that, brother. He came to the right conclusion at the end. Remember, guys, MAGA people are a lot slower than the rest of us. Just takes them a little bit longer. But sometimes they come around. Sometimes they come around. It is the hats. Dead ass, it's the hats. I run multiple discords for MAGA and conservative creators, so yeah. Do you have a fedora too? Dude, that's the craziest admission I've ever heard. Ew. That's so sad. That's so... I'm rich, bro, so who cares, Wyatt? Uh-huh. You're so big and witch and strong, and you don't have a micro penis. It's totally crazy to run a Discord. Yeah, you're running a Discord for a fucking YouTuber that you like. That's normal. Running multiple Discords for a 79-year-old politician who's also a billionaire? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, that's so cringe. That's so fucking cringy. We making a lot of money, yeah, I'm sure.
Yes. Mr. President, Elon Musk in a television interview criticized the one big, beautiful bill, saying he was disappointed it didn't cut enough, essentially, that it undercut the Doge efforts. What's your reaction to that?
Well, the reaction's a lot of things. Number one, we have to get a lot of votes. We can't be cutting, we need to get a lot of support, and we have a lot of support. We had to get it through the House. The House was... we have no Democrats. If it's up to the Democrats, they'll take the 65% increase. If that doesn't get approved, this country is going to have a 65% increase in taxes and lots of other problems, big problems.
That's not true at all.
Almost bigger than that. but we'll have a 65% increase as opposed to the largest tax cut in the history of our country. We will be negotiating that bill, and I'm not happy about certain aspects of it, but I'm thrilled by other aspects of it. That's the way they go. It's very big. It's the big, beautiful bill, but the beautiful is because of all of the things we have. The biggest thing being, I would say, the level of tax cutting that we're going to be doing. We're going to make people really be able to. We'll have the lowest tax rate we've ever had in the history.
He keeps saying we. Guys, when he says we, you need to understand he's talking about him. He's talking about we, the 0.1%. He's not talking about you. He isn't lying. Yeah, we are gonna have the biggest tax cut. He's talking about the billionaire class. He's not talking about you.
Of our country, and tremendous amounts of benefit are going to the middle-income people of our country. Middle-income people of our country. So we're going to see what happens because the Senate, as you know, is negotiating with.
No, but listen to what he just said. He said, and.
Country, and tremendous amounts of benefit are going to the middle-income people of our country.
And tremendous amounts of benefits. So the first thing he's talking about, those giant tax cuts, they're not for you. And tremendous benefits for the middle-income people. He's talking about trickle-down economics. He's talking about giving giant tax cuts to the 1%, to the business owners, to the CEOs, to those people, because if they make more money, then they'll be able to pay more money. This is Reaganomics.
Country, low and middle-income people of our country. So we're going to see what happens because the Senate, as you know, is negotiating with us, and they have to then go back to the House. And, you know, it's got a way to go. But I have to say, Speaker Johnson and Thune have done an incredible job. John Thune has done a fantastic leader. Thune.
I don't think he remembers the question, bro. The question was, do you have a response to Elon Musk saying it was shit?
Fantastic job, and they're working together with me and others. And I think we have an amazing, if we pull this off, remember, we have 0 Democrat votes because they're bad people. There's something wrong with them. You know, they'll let people pour into our country.
Think of a $5 donation. Money be
we
upon
have 21 million people pour into our country, probably higher than that.
Thanks, Gecko.
And they're people that weren't supposed to be here. And many of those people are bad. Murderers, drug dealers, the mentally insane. They were closing mental institutions all over the world, not South America, all over the world. They're coming into our country, and we're getting them out. And we're having a hard time because some judges aren't making it very easy for us, and it's tough enough. They approved that. They allowed that to happen to our country. We don't have one Democrat vote. And if I were a Democrat, I'd be voting for this bill, and I'd get elected to any position I want as a Democrat. They're crazy. They're voting for a 65% tax increase. And they're only doing it for hatred. They're not doing it for any reason.
Dude, the problem is that I think Trump is so stupid he actually believes what he's saying. I think that there's people like Stephen Miller who are and like other like Republicans who are like actually feeding him this bullshit information. And he actually thinks that the Democrats want to increase the taxes of the working class by 65%. That's the problem. This guy genuinely is so fucking stupid.
They know it's terrible. Terrible politics, in my opinion. But so we have no Democrat votes. That means we have to get almost all Republican votes. And I think we're very close to doing that. I think it'll be very successful.
Dude, Grandpa is sundowning. This had nothing to do with the question. Even like, yo, Bax, you've got to admit here, the question was this.
Yeah.
Mr. President, Elon Musk in a television interview criticized the one big, beautiful bill, saying he was disappointed it didn't cut enough, essentially, that it undercut the Doge efforts. What's your reaction to that?
Well,
so that was a question. It was about Elon Musk and Doge, and he said nothing other than ranting about how like he needs it to pass and that he has no Democrats. Grandpa is sundowning, bro. Kamala would suck. Of course she would suck. Yeah, she was a terrible fucking candidate. Yeah, but she wasn't a fascist. She would have been the fucking status quo. Same thing. We would have kept on funding the war the genocide in Israel. We would have kept on fucking funding you. It would have been the same thing. She was a fucking neo-lib. She was a communist. Bax, are you serious right now? You think that the Democratic Party of the United States, like the Republicans and the Democrats, two sides of the same coin, incredibly corrupt. You have like different ideologies within them. You think the Democratic Party of the United States the United States, the most hyper-capitalist nation on planet Earth, you think they chose a communist? Are you serious? You think they wanted a communist in charge of the United States of America? Are you serious? Look who gave her money. No, answer the question. Because a communist would want to destroy classes entirely and then reallocate wealth evenly among the population and democratize the workforce and all that. You think that she wanted to do that? You think she wanted to end capitalism in the United States and bring about a communist revolution? Are you serious? There's a Cooper that wants to redistribute. Just answer. Do you actually think that she was a communist? Are you genuinely serious? You think she was a communist? The Democratic nominee of the United States of America? Well, no. But you just said she was a communist. You just said she was a communist. So what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? How does your fucking wrinkleless brain work? You just said she was a communist. It's just a name and an insult. So you're admitting that you just label people you don't like as communists? That's Red Scare propaganda. That's American capitalist propaganda from the 1960s. Bax, how old are you? How old are you? It's good propaganda. There's good propaganda and bad propaganda. Communism is bad. Bax, how old are you? "21. You said you fought in Iraq. That was a joke? Clip it and ban him. Stolen valor, bro. You're a disgrace. Unbelievable. All right, let's make a video. JD Dubois, 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 JD Dubois. All right. Hey there. Welcome to the Valenti VOD. I'm your perfect and humble leader, Chris Valenti. We got a lot to talk about today. Elon Musk is leaving Doge. And he's like fucking shitting all over the big, beautiful bill publicly in interviews. Oh, wait, I have to restart this. You can't curse in the first 30 seconds if you want to get on the ad page. Hey there, welcome to the Valenti VOD. I am your perfect and humble leader, Chris Valenti, and we have a lot to talk about today. Elon Musk is leaving Doge. He's leaving the Trump regime in disgrace. Mind you, he also went on the news and did this like interview where he's been talking smack about the big beautiful bill, which is a terrible bill. It's both small, well, it isn't small, but it's not a big beautiful bill. It's a terrible, terrible bill. But he's been talking smack on it, and now, like, Caroline Leavitt and Trump, everybody's trying to respond to it. We also are going to cover Trump is being called a chicken by Wall Street. It's this new thing, taco. Trump always chickens out. That's the way the Wall Street investors are planning their investments, because Trump is like, I'm putting a 145% tariff on China. And then 2 days later, it's like, never mind. Like, so investors are no longer taking Trump seriously. And, yeah, we have a lot to talk about. So let's cover this shit. And before we do, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It costs you nothing, and it helps me immensely. And if you do want to help the channel financially, please do. Become a patron on Patreon for $5. Become a member on YouTube for $5. Buy some of that Valenti Videos merch right down below, and use the 40% off discount code for Vantage subscription on Ground News. This is real independent media. I've never done an ad read. I've never done a fucking conversation with a billionaire or a government. So please, if you do want to help the channel out, feel free. So the first thing we're going to start off with, oh, let me also get that. Here we go. Is Elon's tweet. Excuse me, big burp there. Excuse me. Elon goes, as my scheduled time as a special government employee comes to an end, I would like to thank President real Donald Trump for the opportunity to reduce wasteful spending. The Doge mission will only strengthen over time as it becomes a way of life throughout the government. Just quick reminder, Doge didn't cut any waste, fraud, and abuse. Nobody was charged with fraud, not one person. The waste and abuse that they decided to cut was Medicaid, Medicare, the VA, Social Security, all of America's soft power, the CFPB, the FAA, the Department of Transportation, the SEC. Just anything and everything. Coincidentally, all of the government agencies that were investigating Elon Musk and his various different companies, they were also gutted. So just very, very convenient. And let's not forget that Elon Musk also Sig Heiled on the world stage twice. So we've got a little recap of a little bit of Elon's movements here. This is from Reuters. Come on. Play the video, or I will throw you out the fucking window.
Elon Musk is leaving his role in government. A White House official confirmed the move late Wednesday, saying the billionaire's offboarding would begin the same night. The exit caps a tumultuous period since U.S. President Donald Trump returned to power, vowing to give Musk a big job.
And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency, Doge. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps. Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
Musk set out to slash government spending, saying in March he could cut at least $1 trillion off
I'm Hitler's top guy. What do? I'm Hitler's top guy.
Federal expenditures.
If we don't do something about this deficit, the country's going bankrupt.
But Doge attracted huge
Meanwhile, the one big beautiful bill literally increased the deficit.
controversy, with critics saying it was making indiscriminate cuts that threatened vital services without even delivering the promised savings. Many were also angered by the resulting wave of job losses, with some 260,000 roles cut from the federal workforce. The controversy may also have done
Look at these fucking things. Real quick side note. If you think these things look cool, bro, you're a fucking loser. You're a dork. This looks like the way that I used to draw cars in 4th grade when I didn't know how to do curves and edges.
harm to some of Musk's businesses.
You know what I do, by the way, whenever I'm driving and there's a Cybertruck, and you should start doing it. I point and laugh. I'm driving and I see them stopped at a red light. I just point and laugh at them, and you could see them staring at you as you go by. You would underestimate the power of pointing and laughing at somebody after they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on some stupid, hideous Nazi mobile.
Tesla sales have slumped in some markets, notably Europe, amid anger over his embrace of far-right politics in some countries. Some investors have also been concerned that Musk simply had too many roles and wasn't spending enough time at his various firms.
You know, they say I wear a lot of hats.
Me too.
That's true. Even my hat has a hat.
That's so true, brother Elon. Even my hat has a hat. Speaking of, we've got the new Valenti Videos hat. We got the new Valenti merch hat. Shameless plug real quick. You can go down to the merch store down below and you could buy some really cool Valenti Videos merch. This is actually embroidered on there. It's pretty damn cool.
Among the worries Musk faces are an aging model lineup at Tesla and a series of failed launches at rocket company SpaceX. Now he says he'll devote himself to business again and says his firms will be revived with world-changing products, including humanoid robots and robotaxis.
Yeah, he just downloaded all our information, sold it to the Russians and the Chinese, and now he's fucking out of here. Great. Thanks, Elon.
Signs of a possible rift with Trump had been apparent in recent days. On Tuesday, Musk criticized the president's big tax bill, saying it was too expensive and undermined Doge's efforts to trim the budget deficit. However, in a post on X, Musk thanked Trump for his time in government. He said the Doge mission would continue and only strengthen over time.
So,
Elon Musk is leaving his role.
Okay, so you can get this whole article. This is Reuters. I'm just going to read the beginning of this here. Billionaire Tesla CEO Elon Musk is leaving the Trump administration after leading a tumultuous efficiency drive during which he upended several federal agencies but ultimately failed to deliver the generational savings he had sought. His, quote, offboarding will begin tonight, a White House official told Reuters late Wednesday, confirming Musk's departure from the government. Musk earlier on Wednesday took to his social media platform X to give President so we already covered that. So also, I was watching Caroline Leavitt do a live press briefing, and this was done like, I don't even know, less than an hour ago, and she was asked about it. Let's listen to how she responds to it.
And on Doge, we know that Elon Musk is leaving. Do you have an updated leadership structure for who is leading the group? Is Russ Vought involved, and what is its new mission?
Talking about Russ Vought, that's like one of the main creators of the Heritage Foundation. He wrote up Project 2025. Yes, he's got the same last name as the chief villain, Vought, from The Boys, and You Do Live in The Boys. But that is like one of the chief up top villains. It's like him and Curtis Yarvin at the tip top.
Now, if any.
Well, the entire cabinet is involved, and I spoke to the president about it this morning, and the entire cabinet understands the need to cut government waste, fraud, and abuse, and each cabinet secretary at their respective agencies is committed to that. That's why they were working hand in hand with Elon Musk, and they'll continue to work with the respective Doge employees who have onboarded as political appointees at all of these agencies. So
I also don't believe that Elon Musk is going to give up control of Doge. I genuinely don't. I think this is a way to get public scrutiny off of him so he and his companies can make more money, but I think that he's still going to have his grubby little paws in an illegal manner controlling Doge. Because don't forget, everything Doge was doing was already illegal. They violated court orders multiple times, so it was already illegal. The guy's fine with violating the law.
surely the mission of Doge will continue, and many Doge employees are now political appointees and employees of our government, and to the best of my knowledge, all of them intend to stay and continue this important work.
Is there a Doge leader taking the place of Mr. Musk?
Well, again, the Doge leaders are each and every member of the president's cabinet and the president himself, who is wholeheartedly committed to cutting waste, fraud, and abuse from our government. Michael.
Thank you, Caroline. Now there's
So that was her response on Doge, okay? And we have Trump's, I guess it's a response. Grandpa here is sundowning, okay? Trump is he's about 80 years old. He's got early onset dementia. His fucking brain is leaking out of his ears, not in the way that Biden's was. But he forgets the questions that are asked him. But he was asked to respond to Elon Musk shit-talking the big, beautiful bill, and he forgot the question and went on some stupid fucking tangent. So we're going to watch that real quick. It's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Mr. President, Elon Musk in a television interview criticized the one big, beautiful bill, saying he was disappointed it didn't cut enough, essentially, that it undercut the Doge efforts. What's your reaction to that?
Well, the reaction's a lot of things. Number one, we have to get a lot of votes. We can't be
I'll never
cutting-
get over the fact that Judge Janine is behind him, dude. We live in hell. This regime is full of Fox News hosts, bro. Like, why don't you get Judge Judy in there too, you stupid fuck?
You know, we need to get a lot of support, and we have a lot of support. We had to get it through the House. The House was. We have no Democrats. You know, if it's up to the Democrats, they'll take the 65% increase. You know, if that doesn't get approved, this country is going to have a 65% increase in taxes and lots of other problems, big problems.
That's not true,
almost
by the
bigger
way.
than that. But we'll have a 65% increase as opposed to the largest tax cut in the history of our country.
And when he's talking, he's not lying about the largest tax cut in the history of the country, but it's the tax cut is for the 0.1%, not the 1%. Like, yeah, the 1% is going to get a giant tax cut as well, but it's literally him and like 49 other people. It's the literal top 0.1%, and you're going to see it. He's going to keep on talking about we are getting a big tax cut. We. He's not talking about you. He's not talking about you. He's not you. He's not one of you. What do you think, Donald Trump? When Donald Trump says we, he's talking about the working class. Are you fucking stupid? No, he's talking about the 1%, the 0.1%, the billionaire class. That's what he's talking about. You're about to hear him say it himself.
We will be negotiating that bill, and I'm not happy about certain aspects of it, but I'm thrilled by other aspects of it. That's the way they go. It's very big. It's the big, beautiful bill, but the beautiful is because of all of the things we have. The biggest thing being, I would say, the level of tax cutting that we're going to be doing. We're going to make people really be able to. We'll have the lowest tax rate we've ever had in the history of our country.
We'll have the lowest tax rate we've ever had in the history of our country. Tax rates are different depending on your income. When he keeps saying we will have the lowest tax rate, he's genuinely talking about him and the billionaires because he believes in trickle-down economics. Well, actually, no, he doesn't believe in it. He knows it's not real. You know, trickle-down economics, it's a pile of glasses, right? A whole bunch of champagne glasses stacked up. And people think when you pour champagne into the top glass, it trickles down into the rest of the glasses. That's not true. When you pour the champagne into the top glass, the glass is magical and keeps on getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger so that it stays in the fucking top glass and never trickles down. And he's going to say this right now, that by giving tax cuts to the 1%, the ultra billionaires, then they can pay their workers more. That's not true. And we know this. We know this because we tried this. Reaganomics, when you give tax cuts to the ultra wealthy, they take that money and they reinvest it into their businesses. They don't spend that money. They don't, out of the graciousness of their hearts, pay their workers more. That has never once happened historically.
And tremendous amounts of benefit.
Listen.
Really be able to. We'll have the lowest tax rate we've ever had in the history of our country, and tremendous amounts of benefit are going to the middle-income people of our country.
Listen to that again. Listen to that one more time, okay?
We'll have the lowest tax rate we've ever had in the history of our country.
We will have the lowest tax rate we've ever had in the history of our country.
And tremendous amounts of benefit are going to the
tremendous amounts of benefit are going to
people of our country,
to middle
low
income
and
people.
middle.
So the tax cuts are not for the middle class. He calls them middle income people. Fucking idiot. He's saying that by giving the tax cuts to the ultra wealthy, they're going to be able to create benefits for the middle income people. That's what he's saying with his fucking chest.
Income people of our country. So we're going to see what happens because the Senate, as you know, is negotiating.
And again, please, guys, this question was about Elon Musk. This is my point about Grandpa is sundowning. This question was, hey, Elon Musk said the big beautiful bill is bad. What is your reaction to what Elon Musk said? He forgot the question.
With us, and they have to then go back to the House, and you know it's got a way to go. But I have to say, Speaker Johnson and Thune have done an incredible job. John Thune has done a fantastic job, and they're working together with me and others. And I think we have an amazing, if we pull this off, remember we have 0 Democrat votes because they're bad people. There's something wrong with them. You know, they'll let people pour into our country. Single biggest problem is we had 21 million people pour into our country, probably higher than that. And they're people that weren't supposed to be here. And many of those people are bad. Murderers, drug dealers, the mentally insane, They were closing mental institutions all over the world, not South America, all over the world. They're coming into our country, and we're getting them out. And we're having a hard time because some judges aren't making it very easy for us, and it's tough enough. They approved that. They allowed that to happen to our country. We don't have one Democrat vote. And if I were a Democrat, I'd be voting for this bill, and I'd get elected to any position I want as a Democrat. They're crazy. They're voting for a 65% tax increase. And they're only doing it for hatred. They're not doing it for any reason. They know it's terrible. Terrible politics, in my opinion. But so we have no Democrat votes. That means we have to get almost all Republican votes. And I think we're very close to doing that. I think it'll be very successful. Yep.
Sir, the question was, what do you think about Elon Musk criticizing the bill? What the fuck are we talking about? What are we talking about? Now, moving on to the next subject here, Wall Street has come up with this new acronym that they're coining for Trump, TACO. Trump always chickens out. And this is because, like, as you know, Trump is like, we're putting 145% tariff on China, and then he pulls out the next day. We're putting a 90% tariff on Canada, and then he pulls out the next day. And investors, if there's one thing that investors need or like, it's predictability. Because when they're investing their money, they're looking months, if not years, if not decades ahead. They're like, well, the stock is low, but this company's going to boom, so we're going to invest in this. Like, that's just how it works. That's how the stock market works. You need predictability. And Trump, he brings chaos. So they've coined this new term, TACO. Trump always chickens out, because now they're learning. You know, it's like when you keep losing against a boss in Elden Ring, and then suddenly you start to realize its moveset. Well, Trump's moveset is pussying out. That's what he does. He always pussies out. So now they're getting used to it, and they coined this new term, and Wall Street has come out and they're saying it. Everyone is talking taco trade. Investors say don't count on Trump. Don't count on Trump chickening out. Okay, and he was questioned about this, and he really doesn't like it. And I've come up with a theory here, which is Trump is old. He's 80. Okay, and old heads need to be insulted the way old heads were insulted growing up. We can call Trump a fascist all we want. We can call him Mango Mussolini. We can call him a Nazi. But the thing is, I don't think he really knows what those things mean. I don't think he knows what a fascist is. I don't think that hurts him. But, you know, he's the type of guy, like, you know, call him a chicken, call him a wussy, call him a phony, call him a fraud. Those are the things that hurt his fifis. You know, Joe Biden used to say fucking words like malarkey. This is what we're dealing with. You're talking about people who were born in the 1940s. So when he gets called a chicken, it really does actually hurt his fifis. So we're going to watch this.
Mr. President, Wall Street analysts have coined a new term called the taco trade. They're saying Trump always chickens out on the tariff threats, and that's why markets are higher this week. What's your response to that?
I kick out? Oh, isn't that nice? Chicken out. I've never heard that. You mean because I reduced China from 145% that I set down to 100 and then down to another number? And I said you have to open up your whole country. And because I gave the European Union a 50% tax tariff, and they called up and they said, please, let's meet right now. Please, let's meet right now. And I said, okay, I'll give you till Jan. I actually asked them, I said, what's the date? Because they weren't willing to meet. And after I did what I did, they said, we'll meet anytime you want. And we have an end date of July 9th. You call that chickening out? Because
yeah, I do. I call that chickening out. You said you're going to put 145% tariff on China. China's part of the BRICS nations. They got 48% of the world's fucking population. They don't need to trade with the U.S. You realize that. The entire flow of Chinese goods stopped coming into the U.S. You almost shit the fucking bed when you realize your own constituents can't survive increasing the goods of every single import in America by like fucking 145%. You doofus.
Because we have $14 trillion now invested, committed to investing when Biden didn't have practically anything. This country was dying. You know, we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. I went to Saudi Arabia. The king told me.
The king.
He said, you got the hottest we have the hottest country in the world right now.
The king.
6 months ago, this country was stone cold dead. We had a dead country. We had a country people didn't think it was going to survive, and you ask a nasty question like that. It's called negotiation. You set a number. And if you go down, you know, if I set a number at a ridiculous high number and I go down.
You hear that? If I set a number at a ridiculously high number and then I go down, he's admitting that his tariffs are ridiculous. He's admitting. He's calling you stupid, you MAGA, like you dumbasses who were like, oh yeah, no, Trump, we love Trump tariffs. He's calling you stupid. He's saying, yeah, no, I'm using a ridiculously high number. It's called the fart of the steel, dude.
A little bit, you know, a little bit. They want me to hold that number, 145% tariff. Even I said, man, that really got up. You know how it got?
Even you said it? So who actually did it then? Are you not in charge? Who's the auto pen? Even you said, wow, that got up there. How did that get up there?
Because of fentanyl and many other things, and you added it up. I said, where are we now? We're at 145%. I said, woo.
Where are we now? What do you mean, where are we now? I thought you were the fart of the steel guy. I thought you knew exactly. I thought you were the big negotiation guy. Where are we at now? You want to know what this is, Dolan? You want to know what this is, Donnie? You have been carried your entire life, born into so much wealth. Remember, oh, I got a small loan from my father, a small loan of $1 million. You've been carried along your entire life. You've always had people propping you up, and they've done all the work for you, and you were just a fucking puppet, dog. And that's what's going on now. You're looking around going, how did it get to 145? Who did that? Probably Stephen Miller. You know, probably Pete Hegseth, probably J.D. Vance, probably the people around you who keep using you like a fucking puppet because you're a goddamn dipshit, Donnie.
High. That's high. They were doing no business whatsoever, and they were having a lot of problems. We were very nice to China. I don't know if they're going to be nice to us, but we were very nice to China. And in many ways, I think we really helped China tremendously because, you know, they were having great difficulty because...
Oh, yeah, make China great again, right? China first, right?
We were basically going cold turkey with China. We were doing no business because of the...
Exactly! This is why you chickened out! China said, all right, you want to put the... All right, then we're just not going to fucking trade with you. And then you fucking shit the bed! Because you realize, oh, fuck, dude, they just called my bluff. Oh, fuck!
The tariff because it was so high. But I knew that. But don't ever say what you said. That's a nasty question. Go ahead.
Don't ever say what you said. That's a nasty question.
To me, that's the nastiest question.
To me, that's the nastiest question I've ever heard. Oh, Johnny. Oh, no. That's the nastiest question I've ever heard. Poor Donnie. Oh, poor guy. Listen, that's fucking pathetic. Donald Trump is a fucking loser. So listen, I'm gonna keep on streaming. We're gonna come up with some more news for you. If you're watching this pre-recorded on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And remember, this is real independent media. I have no fucking funding, okay? Never had a conversation with an advertiser, billionaire, government, any of that. So if you do want to help support the channel, please do. You help me more than you know. And a huge, huge, huge thank you. A huge shout out to every single one of the patrons and every single one of the members. You guys are fantastic. I literally couldn't do this shit without you. I couldn't do this shit without you. So I do appreciate you guys. Make sure you buy some merch. You do everything you got to do. And one last thing, click that video over there. I promise you, it's an absolute banger. Have a good one. Guess. Thank you for the $10 donation. Disobedient avocado thummy time? I believe it may be thumium time. All right. So, what are we going to need? Trump taco. Images. Keep fighting the good fight, Chris. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Give me them frames, boy. Give me them frames, boy. All right, so this is episode 135. Okay. They're going to need Elon leaves Doge. Get that fucking thumb out of my face, Jack. Get that fucking thumb out of my face, you sick fuck. Yeah, I'm hungry now, too. I'm thinking about tacos now, bro. Fucking assholes. All right, we're going to lose frames. Here go the frames. Ah! There go the frames. Excuse me. Whoa. There goes my frames. Watch him as he falls. Holy fuck, $50 donation from David Alvarez. Launder my money. Also, you inspired me to keep people in my community informed. Thank you so much, David Alvarez, for the $50 donation. That helps me so fucking much, dude. W David, 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 W David. We're losing a lot of frames right now. Money! J.D. Dubois. On graduating. Oh, congratulations, J.D. Dubois. It's raining right now? Copy that. We got to use a picture of Trump in a chicken suit. True. I totally forgot about that. Fuck. There we go. Yeah, Jack is just constantly getting hit with tornoses. There we go. Ah, that's pretty good. You dig? I dig. Let's get that fucker uploaded. Dude, the way that the stickers don't show up, it just says Valenti Poggers on the chat. That's so strange. JD Dubois. All right, Thummy. Now we need a title, which is going to be... Oh, we're losing Framos. Episode 135. It's going to be called... Elon quits Doge. No, it's going to be Trump gets called a chicken. Now, Elon quits. Trump. Elon quits. Trump whines. Elon quits Doge. Trump whines about being called a coward. Elon quits Doge. Trump whines about being called a coward. Yeah, how about that? Elon quits Doge. And Trump whines about being called a coward. That'll do. And then we're going to say, on today's episode of the USA, we watch as the puppet president has a temper tantrum and his Nazi billionaire butt buddy fires himself. The Valentivad. Nope, not made for kids. There is no AI. Chris, is there a difference between socialism and democratic socialism? Yes. Democratic socialism usually doesn't involve completely and totally overthrowing the current system of governance. Elon quits Doge and Trump whines about being called a coward. The Valentivad, episode 135. Publish. All right. Uploaded. Save. Quit. All done. I'm probably going to cut the stream soon, guys. I actually have some work I got to do before tomorrow. I'm filming something tomorrow that you guys will hopefully like. I got to do a little bit of work on that. But I'll give you guys a couple more minutes. I'll give you like 2 minutes. 2 minutes or something, all right? I hope everybody's having a good day. Oh, my ass. Thank you, as always, Chris, for helping me stay informed without getting overwhelmed. You're welcome, brother. You coming down to DC anytime soon? No? What do you think of communism? I don't think humanity is prepared for communism. I think you need extreme advancements in technology in order for humans to focus on doing only what they want to do. Because right now you have incredibly important systems that need to be done. Things like sewage, sweeping the streets, water purification. People can't focus on doing the things that they want to do because society still needs to function. So maybe 200 or 300 years in the future, when we have autonomous robot systems that are taking care of all the remedial things, and perhaps maybe you could start trying to build a communist utopia. But right now, no, it's not possible. What makes you more, being in the live or watching episodes? The two big money makers for me are the lives and the Valentivads. Those make about the equal amount of money. Most of the money I make comes from donations. Okay, most of the money I make, the overwhelming majority, comes from donations, comes from people buying merch, people becoming members, people becoming patrons. That's how I make my money. Chris, if you weren't a political commentator, what would you do? I don't know. I'd probably be acting still. I was an actor. Come to DC during a weekday. Let me buy you lunch. Copy that, brother. Can do. Can do. I should do a meet and greet one of these days. How's the computer fund? It's all right. I mean, dude, I have so much money that I had to pay the IRS. I had to pay New York State taxes. I had to pay my rent. I had to pay my car payment. I had to pay the Wi-Fi, the electric, health insurance. It never ends, brother. It never fucking ends in this nation. The bills just pile and pile and pile. But such is life. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. Just made it to work, listening while working. What I miss on my drive? Pixel, literally ending the stream right now, brother. I would never cryo sleep. Fuck that. Never in a million fucking years. Anyway, thanks for tuning into the Valenti broadcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Are you gooning? No, bro. I shake my leg all the time. I also just had like 6 cups of coffee, so when my hand is on my leg, it looks like that.